Foundation comes with this great class called Flex Video that you can wrap around any embedded video from a site like YouTube or Vimeo or anything that uses an iframe theoretically or similar embed code. And you can wrap it around it so that when you resize your layout, the video will resize to fill the available grid space that you've assigned to it for that screen size. So we can see here I'm on a large screen and the columns sit side by side, or the blurb over here on the left and the video on the right are side by side. And then as the grid shrinks, so does my video, so that it continues to take up just 50% of the available space. Then when we get down to the small breakpoint, you can see that I've got my header here and my paragraph on its own row, and then the video fills up the exact amount of available space with a little bit of Foundation's default padding and margins here for small screens. So this is a really nice, easy to implement feature that ensures that on just about any screen size, users are going to see video that takes up the amount of space that's ideal for that screen size. So let's take a look at how this works in my code. So I created a page called Graphic Design, very similar to the other pages in our portfolio site example. And here you can see I did something like, just like what I did in the photography page example where we have our clearing light box. So I've got a div and I gave it a class of row, and then I just put my header, my H2 for graphic design, and then closed out the columns div and closed out the row so that this just contains my H2. That's what ensures that no matter what the size of the screen, graphic design, that heading here always gets its own row that runs the whole width of the available white space. Then here I started a new row and I divided it up into two equal sized columns. So on medium screens, I used medium-6 columns. And then down here where I embedded my video, I used medium-6 again. So all I'm telling my browser is on small screens, let my paragraph here, my blurb, take up the full available width on small screens. But on medium screens, it should only take up half, 6/12 or 1/2 of that available 12 column Foundation grid. And then down here, I did the same thing for my video, and I wrapped it in a div with a class of flex-video. This is the secret sauce. This div here that's around my iframe is the thing that ensures that video will always resize nicely to fit just right in the Foundation grid. Now, if you look at this iframe here, this is just the standard embed code that I pulled from YouTube for this project that I worked on and this video that I made and published a while back. Then you can see I close out the div for Flex Video, I close out the div for my columns, for my medium-6 columns, and then I closed out the div for this whole row that contains both the paragraph and my Flex Video. And then I close out main. And that is all there is to it. Have fun.